So for this week's Cody's Corner, Cody doesn't get to do whatever the heck he wants because I hijacked it from him.
Wow.
But it's still Cody's Corner. So like I was saying before, we came up with a plan to come up with our own blueprint, or whatever you want to call it, for Soarin' Across America. That is coming to the Disney parks in Florida and California next summer.
Yep.
So that's really there was no not a lot of we didn't give a lot of rules or guidelines or places you had to visit. I did watch Soarin' over California and Soarin' Across the World just to see how many different locations they visited, and I want to say Soarin' over California was 12 and Soarin' around the world was 13. So
Okay.
I don't know if I mentioned that to you in the text or not. I tried to keep mine around that those numbers.
Yeah, I think I've got 11 or 12.
Okay.
I did 13, and my 13th one being Disneyland, because it's going to have to end at Disneyland.
Right. Mine.
We're already in disagreement.
We'll talk about
Soarin' over California ends in Disneyland. So Soarin' Across America should end in Disney World.
Well, you can tell us your rationale for that.
Every iteration of Soarin' over, under, around that has premiered at Disneyland has ended at Disneyland.
Yes,
Soarin' over
that's
California.
That's why this one we need to give a little love to Disney World. That's all
the
I'm saying.
one in Disney World ends at Disney World. They can have it. Here at Disneyland, it's going to end at Disneyland.
The one in Disney World does not end in Disney
The
World.
one at Disney World in Epcot ends at Epcot. Instead of getting Disneyland Castle,
no, it does not.
Get fireworks that pop up over the Epcot ball, making a little hitting Mickey.
Wait a second.
Excuse
Are
me.
you kidding me?
I was there this year.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No, sir.
Why is Cody turning so red?
And I did.
Wait a second. Are the Soarin' around the world in Disney World ends at Epcot? Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Amundo.
All right.
So, and I thought about that when I was designing mine, which I'll explain why I did what I did and what I would do for Disney World. Because this one, it sounds like they're going to have the same version of both. Now, where they end could be different.
I think it'll be the same because it's pretty much always been the same, other than the finale.
Right.
The finale is always based on where you're at.
Okay. So I don't know. Did one of you want to go first? Did you want me to go first?
Well, wait a second. The finale.
Wait a second.
We're not done with this conversation. Hold on.
Just the Soarin' around the world ends at Epcot in there. If you watch Soarin' over California in Disney World, it still ends at Disneyland. Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I believe that is correct.
I'm just making sure that we're on the same page there, because I thought I heard you say something different as you.
That would make sense because it is all about California. So you fly around California and then head to Florida.
Exactly. So, exactly.
All right.
Whew. Deep breaths, Cody.
Take a breath,
Deep
Cody.
breaths.
Where's my stress ball?
Jeez
Louise.
I actually put a lot of thought into this. I have a particular order I go in. I have, if there's any certain smells that I want introduced, I kind of listed those.
That's a good idea. I didn't even really take that into consideration.
And if you watch Soarin' over California during certain times of it, I think over the world too, or around the world, besides the soundtrack music, there's sometimes you can hear certain things that go along with the landscape that you're flying through. So if I remembered, I added some of those in there too. So I can go first if you want, or one of you guys can go first.
Are we just going through and reading our list, or are we just going to read one at a time? No, I can do my list. You want me to do my list?
Yeah, I thought you'd go through the whole list, and then it's no doubt we're going to have a lot of the same ones, I think.
Cool. So
more than 50%.
So who would you like to go first?
You can go first, James.
I need time to calm down.
Yeah, we need to give Cody a little time to relax. Holy cow. Cody,
where's my blood pressure medication?
Grab your ball and calm down.
All right, so go ahead, James.
All right, so my list.
Continue.
I think Bryce Canyon should be one of them, and I think the tie-in for Thunder Mountain is a good reason. Oh man, Cody's getting even worse now. He's even more red. Like he doesn't like my list at all. I don't know if I want to go over my list anymore. The heck with you guys.
Cody looks like anger from
I'm
Inside
gonna
Out.
I'm gonna take my ball and go home. So Bryce Canyon, and we'll let Cody explain how stupid that is in a few minutes. But
No,
I was thinking,
go ahead.
since that's where Thunder Mountain was inspired from, I thought it's a cool area. It's a cool national park. I think the Statue of Liberty would be a fantastic place. I
Are
think
you
that would
just
be.
listing these off willy nilly, or is there like a
I've got a
pattern or an
list.
order?
There is no pattern. There's no order. There's
Okay.
just as they were coming to me, I was just
Willy
putting them down.
nilly, then. Okay, as long as
Okay,
that's been
yes.
established.
Well, willy nilly, as far as that's the way that the order was created, the list was created, but I am now reading it from the list one after another.
Okay.
I did not go through and try to organize the list, if that's what you're asking.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so back to willy nilly. The Grand Canyon. I feel awfully self-conscious about my list now.
No, you're good.
And that's my last one. I'm done.
That's a very short ride.
I put Niagara Falls because I thought that would be cool. I put Times Square up in New York. I can't wait to see the videos of all these faces that Cody's making. I can't wait to hear Cody's list. I'm going to be like, I didn't pick a particular spot, but I figured something around Washington, D.C., either the Washington Monument or the White House or something like that. Since I am from Las Vegas, it's got to go down Las Vegas Strip, and you can do the smells there, and it'll just smell like trash, so that'll be good.
I have some that I'll tell you my thoughts on the smells. But
no,
Mount Rushmore.
You can use your take some inspiration from Taylor Swift, like first album variation release that you bought, right? Vanilla Perfume and Sweat.
There you go.
There you go.
That's a great one.
That's Las Vegas for you. Cheap perfume and sweat.
There you go. Sounds great. You can tell where Cody goes to visit when he shows up in Las Vegas. I'm here for the vanilla perfume and the sweat.
Welcome back, Mr. Jackson. We have your seat saved over here in the corner.
Yeah. Back in the VIP room throwing out $100 bills. This is a family show,
I've
Cody.
got you down for 8 so far.
It's a family show. Okay, how many do you got me down
8?
for? 1, 2,
8
3,
so far?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes.
Okay.
Did I say Mount Rushmore? I said Mount Rushmore, right? That was the 8th one. So I was thinking Hawaii, and I don't have a particular spot in Hawaii. I've only been to Oahu, but I was thinking anywhere in Hawaii would be good because there's so many picturesque spots. Now, when you started talking about the smells a second ago, I just threw on there willy-nilly. I just threw on there the Dole Plantation because that would be cool because they have Dole Whips at Disney
Pineapple.
and you could have the pineapple smell piped in, right? So
yeah.
I just threw that in there. I threw in Alaska also. As soon as I put in Hawaii with my willy-nilly list, I thought, well, you know what? If I'm going to go out of the 48, I got to go up to the Alaska up there, north to Alaska. And I'm not sure exactly where in Alaska, but again, there's plenty of picturesque spots up in Alaska. Montana Glacier National Park. I just know it's something that looks cool that I'd like to go visit someday. And then I did put with it ending in Disney World because my mistake, I did not realize that Soarin' Around the World ends in Disney World if you watch it in Disney World.
So did you, with that being ending in Disney World, do you have your show starting out in Disneyland where you actually see yourself leaving Disneyland? Would that work? If you're ending in Disney World, leaving one.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Ending in the other. Yeah.
That would be cool. That's actually a great idea.
Then that would make sense.
Yes.
Thinking about it, it would have been cool if in Around the World there was a segment for each of the Disney parks around the world.
Around the world, yeah.
Just a flyover real quick of each castle or whatever.
That would be cool. That would have been very cool.
All right, cool. I will tell you now, I do have some of the same locations as you.
All right.
So
Well,
I'm sure.
Cody's already made his disgusted faces at mine, so
So it's your
you'll
turn.
probably be saved.
All right, Cody, what you got?
We want me to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait.
You're just going to look for any reason to tear this apart.
uh,
Okay.
that's
All right.
funny.
I'll go. So mine did kind of have a pattern for the most part. Kind of, I tried to kind of emulate, the theme of Soarin', and you kind of are traveling from one place to another. If you're going across America from sea to shining sea, I'm going East Coast to West Coast primarily with the order of my list.
So kind of like
So
we did when we came to this great nation. Started in the East Coast and worked our way west.
correct.
All right, good idea. Yeah.
Yes. So my first location is New York, and it's gonna the first scene is gonna open up. It's gonna be morning. The sun is just kind of dawning on the city, and it's gonna be the Statue of Liberty with New York behind her. Right. That's the first thing you're gonna see, and I think that kind of sets the tone for um, Soarin' Across America. You see in the Statue of Liberty, this is what the symbol, the hope, the inspiration of what people see when they come into this country. If you're coming from
Man,
boat from that direction, which isn't.
Cody wrote a screenplay.
Oh, wait till you hear mine. Sorry.
It's a scene, sunrise over the Atlantic, as the camera glides past the Statue of Liberty and up through Manhattan's skyline, bathed in golden light.
Ooh, man, that's pretty good.
Then it says why it works, a patriotic, inspiring opener that mirrors Soaring Over the World's globe opening energy, America Awakening.
Wow, someone's been spending some time with ChatGPT.
Have you ever heard of it? It's kind of fun. It helps flesh out my own ideas.
Yeah.
I didn't just say, give me some places.
I don't know if that was supposed to be a cut at me. Like if that's like
No,
if I
that
were
was
asking
not a cut at you.
ChatGPT, like you look half drunk with one eye closed. Like, do I look like an idiot? I
Not
guess
at all.
so.
Okay, moving on. My second place is Philadelphia. Kind of Soarin', you're kind of panning in on Independence Hall, where the Declaration of Independence was created and signed, kind of the birthplace of our
Is
nation.
that where
right?
is that where the Liberty Bell is
The
now?
Liberty Bell is also there, correct? I
National
figured that
Treasure. Great movie.
right. I figured that kind of plays to this homage, like because they're wanting to do this as a celebration of America's 250th birthday, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring in some of these elements that celebrate the birth of America and what America is for a lot of the world as a symbol of hope and freedom, right? So that's my second destination. My third is Washington, D.C., which James said. So I think that's a great pick. Again, you see a lot in like movies and stuff. It's kind of like the National Mall, where you see the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Memorial, the state capitol, and the White House kind of all in the same shot, right? So something's pretty similar to that there. And then we're kind of moving more Midwest. I move into the Kentucky bluegrass region. Kind of morning mist rolls over lush green hills as thoroughbred horses gallop through fenced pastures.
I feel like I'm there.
Yes, exactly.
I can
And then
smell the grass.
you see, you can do some grass. It's better than the horse manure. Then my fifth one is the Midwest heartland. So you've got Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa kind of lumped in here. Golden plains, colorful hot air balloons drifting upward into an endless sky. Right? Kind of doing some of that, the grain, the farming aspect of America.
The amber waves of
Amber
grain.
waves of grain. Correct.
Wow.
And then number 6, also like James mentioned, I do have Mount Rushmore.
Hmm.
Again, bringing in some of those patriotic symbols that we have throughout the country.
Nice. So one of
Um,
my picks was okay.
Well, two.
Two, I also said
DC.
Two.
DC.
Yeah. Broken clocks works is right at least twice a day, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Um, now, kind of jumping around a little bit, I'm moving down into New Orleans, the French
Ooh.
Quarter.
Say that again.
New Orleans,
Yeah, I like it.
Nolans, French Quarter, jazz music. You know, you can do the smell. You pump some beignet smell in there, or
Yeah.
some jambalaya or something.
And have
I
like
want it
beads
to
drop
make me
from the
hungry.
ceiling. Have beads like dropping.
There you go. You can go through during Mardi Gras, you know. And then number 8, also like James. So this broken clock works 3 times in a day.
Ooh.
I have the Grand Canyon. I think
All
that
right.
that is a natural wonder of America. That if you're going to be putting something like this together, I think you have to include the Grand Canyon. There were things like Bryce Canyon, Canyonlands, Arches National Park, things that I wanted to include there. But you see um, that already in Soarin' Over the World, around the world. There is a shot from Utah on there already. So I kind of wanted to get out of that. And so I went with the Grand Canyon. And then next I am jumping to Yellowstone. I think you have to see Old Faithful erupting. I think that would be a cool thing as you're kind of gliding in to the geyser, and it just and you can use the the water spout as like your transition, right? You know, you usually go through clouds or whatever to kind of move yourself to the next scene. You can get the explosion there. I think that would be cool. And then um, I have going out of order a little bit just because I also wanted to include Hawaii. And it's Hawaii is not part of the continental United States, so it's hard to kind of fit it in naturally anywhere. But I figured it would work well here at this point. I think the Hawaiian Islands. I didn't really have a specific place. I've never been to Hawaii. I don't know that much about the destinations of Hawaii, but like James said, there's plenty of picturesque places that they could choose from that would do Hawaii justice. So then coming back to the continental United States, I have San Francisco, the Golden Gate Bridge. I think would be very cool. And then you could also kind of extend that a little bit into like the redwoods, maybe.
Isn't the Golden Gate Bridge on Soaring Over California?
It is.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. And I
I was
was
just
really
I was just
trying.
thinking I was just thinking of your criticism about
Yeah.
me and Bryce Canyon about it being part of something else. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to double check to see if your criticism towards me was okay. I'm just making sure.
You
So
decided to copy,
any other
you
repeats?
decided to copy something from the inferior version. I'm taking something from the superior version, so it works.
Wow. Cody's in the mood to argue. He's using words like superior.
After San Francisco, you have like the sun setting on San Francisco. So you get a nice sunset, and then you move into nighttime, right? Because at the end, you get the finale at Disneyland, which I've already kind of spoiled that. That's my last one, right? I talked about that earlier. You get the fireworks and everything. It obviously has to be dark for that effect to work properly. So moving into nighttime now, before we get to Disneyland,
Ooh.
I have none other than, and I was on James's list. I'm going to guess it's going to be on Jason's list, but Las Vegas, Nevada, the Strip. I think you got to do a fly down the Las Vegas Strip.
Heck yeah.
At least for us, we all have history with Las Vegas. I think
Yep.
it would be really cool to see that included. And it looks great at night, right?
Yep.
You go down the Strip, and then you have your transition, and boom, you end at Disneyland. You have the firework finale, Soarin' Across America.
Nice.
All right. We're not going to have as many the same as I thought because
No?
although we do have some, I don't. You guys have a good mixture of different ones.
Jason's like, there is my house in Albuquerque, and then
No, no. So I don't know. I took it a little. I mean, I'm not gonna say I took it deeper, but I even thought
apparently,
about. I even thought about we need a new intro to Soarin' Across America with Patrick Warburton, an updated safety spiel.
well,
Okay.
naturally, but that
Yeah.
wasn't part of the assignment.
No, no, no. But I was just thinking in my head, just a current version, kind of like the one he did for D 23. Include the bald guy with the hat, with the Mickey ears. I was thinking maybe even have his kids with him, where the kids are wearing the hats, and he kind of looks at the kids and kind of does this thing about, and then looks at the dad and be like, "Come on, man, you know the rules," and kind of kind of thing. Have the kids take off the ears. Uh, Obviously, the Soren music has to, we need that music
Yeah.
to go along. My I started off. I have a certain order that I'm going in, uh, and mine I will say is Disneyland specific, which I can also do Disney World. I would just change the order a bit of where I go. So for me, I'm starting, and Marcia criticized me because I had she said I had too many California stuff in there.
Hmm.
Because I do have 3 or 4, but and I do
Yeah,
have a
I
couple.
ran into that problem a couple
Yeah,
of times too, and I tried to limit it because
yeah.
soaring over California was obviously all
All
California.
California, right? But I think mine will make sense. So I'm starting.
That's what you think. We'll
Yeah,
see what I
I'm
have,
starting in Yosemite National Park. Yosemite National Park in California. You're gonna
which we
fly over.
saw in over California.
Right. Yeah. You're gonna fly over El Capitan, Half Dome, all that good stuff. You're gonna see maybe some hikers visible on the cliffside, just like normal. You're gonna have some pine and mountain air smells. From there, you're getting another repeat because you're flying west to Golden Gate Bridge. So we're not going to open with the Golden Gate Bridge. Uh, and all I had was, come in through the fog. Old version was clouds, but we can come in through some fog, and you're going to smell like an ocean breeze. From Golden Gate Bridge, we're heading out to Hawaii. Some volcanic peaks, maybe some North Shore surfers, kind of where you kind of like in the other ones where you kind of sail across the water and you kind of go over the surfers as they're surfing. Maybe have a couple yell at you because you got a little too close. You can fly over some volcanoes, maybe even an active one where you see some lava.
Ooh,
Maybe
lava.
spurt up into the air. You're gonna smell some like tropical flowers, some ocean salt smells. I like the pineapple smell James talked about. That's a great idea. Then from Hawaii, we're gonna cruise up to Alaska. You're gonna fly in from the ocean. You're gonna see maybe some pods of whales or orcas as you're hitting the land. Then you're gonna head over to Denali, which used to be called Mount McKinley, highest peak in North America. It's like 20,000 feet. You're gonna fly over like a camp of hikers that are getting ready to hike up the mountain. So there's gonna be hikers, there's gonna be tents, and you're gonna get a smell of like wood burning fires during that point as you pass over them. Then from Alaska, you're heading out to Mount Rushmore. So there's our first one that we have all three. Uh, Kind of flying through the Black Hills of South Dakota, which I love the Black Hills.
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of coming in the front of Mount Rushmore where you fly over. They've got all the flags displayed as you're going up to the point where you can see the mountain. And then you go to the mountain, then you kind of fly up and then over it, and then you're off to your next scene, which then is the Statue of Liberty and the New York City skyline. Because you just can't do one; you got to do both.
Yeah.
This is the one where I was talking about smells. I was trying to come up with a smell, so I Googled smells of New York City. I got weed and garbage.
I was
don't
going to
want
say
that.
hot dogs
Well, that's what I
or
ended up going
pizza.
with. I did general food smells from like food vendors, kind of like a general, just
Yeah.
food. Hot dogs are good, pizza's good. Um, and then from the Statue of Liberty, New York City area, we're flying down to DC. We're going to fly over the Lincoln Memorial, over the Washington Monument, over the Capitol building.
So we all three had that one.
We all three had that one too. And the smells you're going to smell in that area, some cherry blossoms. So possibly
Nice.
see some trees.
Not weed or garbage.
No, not weed or garbage.
The
Then
city's
from
been cleaned up.
DC, we're heading to the Great Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. You're gonna have some fog-covered mountains, fall colors, some deer running around. Cody had horses in Kentucky. You're going to see some deer. You're going to have some sounds, kind of like maybe some banjo music or fiddle music
Ding
playing.
ding 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 ding.
Yeah. And then smell. I was like, what smells are associated with the Great Smoky Mountains? And the one that came up was called smoky mist. It's a namesake haze that comes from the organic compounds released by the vegetation there, that when combined with moisture creates a fog and a natural organic smell. I've never smelt it, but it sounds cool.
I can picture what that would smell like though, and I like it.
Yes, yes. So that's going to be in the Great Smoky Mountains. From there, we're going to head south. We're going to go to the Everglades of Florida. You're going to fly over some airboats that are cruising along. You're going to see some gators going in and out of the water. You're going to see some birds of the area. And then you're going to smell something that when I Googled it, it's called petrichor. It's an earthy scent of rain hitting dry ground that is common and pleasant smell in the Everglades. So we're going to pump in some of that smell. Then from Florida, we're heading to the French Quarter of New Orleans. You're gonna cruise by a Mardi Gras parade, like
Nice.
I think what you said New Orleans, James said Mardi Gras parade. You are gonna, and this is where one of you said you need some beads coming down at you. Whatever. My idea is someone's gonna throw beads up at the screen, reminiscent of when the golf ball gets hit in Soarin' over California, where it's coming at you.
Nice.
And there's
There you
two
go.
options for the beads. The beads can be all Mickey shaped beads, or you can
I
have
like
a hidden
that.
Mickey on one of the beads, like they do on the golf ball, as it's coming at you. And Cody did one where that'll be like the transition to the next scene. Once the beads hit, then you're off. And I'm going up to the Gateway Arch in St. Louis, up the Mississippi. You're going to see river boats. You're going to fly around and then through the Gateway Arch. I couldn't come up with a smell of for St. Louis area, because when I Googled it, they said garbage from the river. So I didn't want to include garbage smell.
I also did consider the Arch of St. Louis.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then from the Arch, we're going west to the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. You're going to fly. And there's been scenes, other scenes like this and other ones where you're kind of following along with some skiers. So there's going to be some skiers on the mountain. Maybe you get too close to them. Maybe they yell at you, kind of like the surfers did in Hawaii.
So we're visiting Aspen.
I just Rocky Mountains. And you're going to kind of follow down with the skiers down the slope, and then you're going to fly toward like the ski lodge, and see people out there. Then from the Rocky Mountains, we're heading down to the Grand Canyon. So I think we all had the Grand Canyon, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Fly over and into the Grand Canyon with people on the river, maybe people hiking up the canyon. And I'm going to pay tribute to the original Soarin' over California in this scene, with a flyby of the Thunderbirds while you're cruising around the Grand Canyon. So
that's cool.
And I couldn't come up with the smell, so I was like, maybe a faint smell of jet exhaust from the Thunderbirds as they go by. So
there you go.
So I love that scene from the original, because it kind of gets quiet and you can
the music kind of fades.
You get the rumbling coming from the side, and then they fly across the screen. And then I took my second to last scene directly from Soarin' over California, because I love the scene, and it kind of is America military. We're going to fly into San Diego with the ships, and then you're going to kind of follow the helicopter through that scene. I wanted something with the military in there, so that's where I fit in the military. And
nice.
the grand finale is very, very similar. I don't know what they used a freeway in LA, but you're kind of this will transition you into the dark.
Mm-hmm.
You're flying up Interstate 5 with the headlights. You got headlights and taillights, so it's kind of trafficy. And then from there, the final scene, then you head into Disneyland. But you're going to come in from the west side. You're going to fly downtown Disney. So you're going to fly over the shops and see all the people walking around. Then when you get to the Esplanade, you're going to make a left and head into Disneyland for the normal flyover of the fireworks show, and then into the fireworks show. Now Disney World would be a little differently. I'd have you end at Disney World, so I probably would start maybe, Everglades, French Quarter, or maybe go up north, DC, New York, St. Louis, down to the French Quarter, out to Grand Canyon, through California. Or I had a certain order, so that then you would end up do a big circle and end up back at back at Disney World, just to make it unique for that park.
Yeah.
So because I was trying to do a certain order that kind of made sense, and it wouldn't make sense to keep the same order with flying in San Diego and then suddenly now you're in Florida. So now I did have some honorable mentions, and some of my honorable mentions I'm not going to go into detail, but they were some of the ones you guys chose. Like I had Yellowstone, Niagara Falls, Philadelphia, just for the historical. I had Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I did have a Midwest scene with some tractors, doing their thing. Glacier National Park I had as a honorable mention.
Nice.
Kennedy Space Center in Florida, maybe with the
Mm.
with the space shuttle taking off as you cruise by.
That'd be cool.
That could be kind of like the airplane scene.
Yeah, you could do that for your Disney World version, maybe. Take
Yeah.
out the Blue Angels and insert in the rocket launch.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I had San Antonio. Marsha's like, you need to get Texas in there. I was like, well, I couldn't fit Texas in there, but honorable mention San Antonio.
Fly over Bucky's.
There you go. So San Antonio, Riverwalk, kind of Alamo, fly over that. And then honorable mention,
Always
I did have
remember.
Las Vegas. So it wasn't in my original one, but it is an honorable mention because, it is cool at night. And then I had the like Hoover Dam / Colorado River, possibly, fly through Lake Mead, then up over the dam, and then, follow the river for a little while.
I was thinking that. I did have it on my list, but then I took it off because I figured, man, Lake Mead is so pathetic looking right now.
Maybe you can CGI it full of water instead of what it looks like now. So yeah, that's I tried to
footage of Lake Mead from 20 years ago.
There you go. I tried to come up with like a logical order. And then I was thinking today, man, I wish I had more time because I was going to look for like either pictures or just small video clips of these areas and then add it to the music. I thought that would be cool. Obviously the scenes would be a little differently because I couldn't plan them, but I can find a overhead shot of Golden Gate Bridge and Mount Rushmore and all the things that I was looking for. But so yeah, that would be my thoughts. That would be my plan. It's going to be interesting to see when they finally do announce, the playlist or whatever, how many we actually got right.
We should bring in a little scorecard and
there you go.
Score ourselves. How many?
I did like like Cody with your plan, how you started in New York and then kind of worked your way west, kind of like we did as a country, getting the whole historical stuff in there. So I think we only had DC, Grand Canyon, Mount Rushmore the same, right? No, I had New York, Statue of Liberty, but James did not, right?
James had Times Square.
I had Statue of Liberty and Times Square.
Okay, so so four we kind of had similar. I was trying to hit, certain spots that people would recognize. When I first did this list, I had like 35 places that I wanted to go to because I was just started writing things down. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I had to narrow mine down quite a bit.
Yeah. Some obviously didn't make the cut. Yellowstone would have been a great one. Like whoever said flying like through the geyser as kind of your transition. So yeah, there you go. There's all kinds you could have included. Monument Valley in Arizona. Nobody mentioned that one. Crater Lake in Oregon.
Yep.
So there you go. If you guys want to share any of our, now we did have some TikToks, right? Or we had some TikTok replies because we did share this.
Yeah, I think we did have a couple.
I'm pulling it up now.
Okay.
We had a couple that suggested some things. Let me find the post. There it is. Ready for takeoff. So let's see. We had somebody say Mount Rushmore. It was Lil Grogu Stitch. Mount Rushmore, New York City at night, and Yellowstone Park. So they had same ones we had. Cody posted, "Here are my thoughts on the next episode of Talking Disney Podcast."
Hey.
I replied, "Here are mine as well." And then, Lil Grogu Stitch. So we only had one guy reply, but he replied twice. He said also the Grand Canyon. So one of us, we all had that in our list somewhere. So
yeah, I was hoping we'd get a little bit more interaction on that post, but we didn't.
We didn't. So
it got some views. It got good views.
It got a lot of views. But
but
yeah,
not we didn't really get the engagement on it.
right. So if you want to share your thoughts now, talking Disney podcast at gmail.com. And tell us where you would like to soar across America. What would you like to see?
Yep.
So there's my hijacking of Cody's corner.
Nice.
But yeah, it was fun coming up with the list.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I like things like that. So, and like I said, I'm excited to see what they actually do, where they actually go. No doubt that it's going to be great. I mean, we all say take Soarin' over California over Soarin' over or around the world.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoy the ride when I go either way. But I do prefer California.
I think this is going to feel a lot more like how the Soarin' over California felt.
And
Yeah.
hopefully not a lot of what am I looking for? A lot of scenery that kind of bends to the right.
Yeah, I was
trying to fix a
A
little.
lot of distortion.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one, at least out of all the lists, all the places that we suggested that could be problematic if they were to be featured, could be the Statue of Liberty, depending on how close you decide to get,
Right.
and potentially with Jason, your
The arch.
the Arch of St. Louis.
Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, I don't think they will.
Because that
I'm
was
assuming,
never a problem with Soarin' over California, right?
no,
It
but
only became a problem with the Eiffel Tower.
what did they have in California though that was large in stature like that? I mean, the Golden Gate
Tall and
Bridge,
narrow.
but the Golden Gate Bridge, you came up from above it, so it didn't really have a time. There was no distortion.
Right.
I mean, the Eiffel Tower is the only one that is so high.
Yeah.
That it looked distorted. So
Which then they only fixed like a year-ish ago.
Yeah.
And now they're going to can the whole show. They should have fixed it
for
like 9 years ago.
Yeah, and I hoping Soarin' Across America stays for a while. Maybe they'll keep it
For another 10 years.
Soarin' over the world is done. Yeah.
That would be nice.
Which also they should bring back Soarin' over California during certain times too.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, which is usually didn't you say it's usually during Food and Wine, right? Food and Wine Festival. That they do it.
And I think it would make sense for them to bring back Soarin' around the world at Disney World in Epcot, where you have in the same park with the World Showcase.
Yeah.
I think it makes total sense. They probably got tired of seeing California all the time, so it's like, I would assume maybe, I've never asked anybody that frequents Walt Disney World, but I would assume that maybe they like Soarin' around the world better than over California.
Yeah.
But I think in California, it makes sense to have the California version. So.
Yep.